In a distant kingdom, a queen and the wife of the king's wazir were both expecting children at the same time. They were close friends and made a promise that their children, once grown, would be married to each other. When the time came, the queen gave birth to a black serpent, and the wazir's wife gave birth to a beautiful girl named Mer-Niga, meaning Eye of Grace. The children grew up together. Despite his strange appearance, the Snake Prince, named Mir Mast Okumar, meaning Prince Sleepyhead, was wise and gentle. When they reached marriageable age, the king reminded the wazir of the promise and ordered the marriage of the serpent prince to Mer-Niga. Though afraid, the wazir consented. Mer-Niga, out of duty and respect, accepted the marriage. On their wedding night, she discovered that Mir Mast was not truly a serpent. He shed his snake skin at night and became a handsome young man, only to return to his snake form by morning. The queen learned her son's secret and shared it with Mer-Niga. She advised her daughter-in-law to find out how to destroy the snake skin so that her son would stay human forever. One night, Mer-Niga asked her husband how to destroy the skin. Mir Mast warned her, "If you ever burn my snakeskin, you will lose me forever. You will have to wear down 7 pairs of iron shoes and 7 paper cloaks to find me again." But Mer-Niga, convinced by the queen's plan, decided to go ahead. She made a special pyre with the shell of an egg, the handle of a sweeping brush, and the hair from a dog's tail. She burned the snakeskin. The prince appeared, furious and heartbroken. He cursed her. "You shall never see me again until you fulfill the curse I warned you about." Then he vanished. Mer-Niga set out on a long and painful journey. She walked for miles wearing iron shoes and fragile paper cloaks. One day she arrived at a stream where a slave girl was fetching water. Mer-Niga asked the girl about her master. The girl replied, "He is Prince Sleepyhead. He is to marry his aunt's daughter today." Mer-Niga gave the girl her ring and asked her to drop it into the prince's water jug. When Mir Mast washed his hands and found the ring, he knew Mer-Niga had arrived. He asked the slave girl to bring the visitor to him secretly. He warned her about his cruel aunt and said he would pass her off as a servant. He also gave her strands of his hair and said, "If ever you're in danger, burn these and I shall come." The aunt gave Mer-Niga impossible tasks. First, she handed her a pearl-encrusted broom and ordered her to sweep without losing a single pearl. When the pearls began to fall, Mer-Niga burned the hair. Mir Mast came and helped her complete the task. The aunt grew suspicious. The next day, she gave Mer-Niga a colander and asked her to sprinkle the floor using it. Another impossible task. Once again, Mer-Niga summoned her husband using his hair, and he helped her. The third task was a trap. The aunt gave Mer-Niga a casket and told her it was filled with pearls, asking her to deliver it to a faraway place. She gave her strange instructions. Give bones to the horse, straw to the dog, keep locked doors shut, and open those already open. Avoid a hollow full of dirt and blood. As Mer-Niga walked, the casket suddenly burst open, releasing a swarm of insects. She immediately burned the hair. Mer-Mast appeared, gathered the insects back into the box, and gave her precise instructions. He said, "Give a bone to the dog and straw to the horse. Open locked doors and close those already open. When you reach the hollow, say it is filled with honey and throw the box there." Mer-Niga followed every word and escaped unharmed. The aunt's final command was the cruelest. She ordered Mer-Niga to stand holding candles on her fingers to light the wedding procession of Mer-Mast and his cousin. As the candles burned her hands, she wept in pain. Mer-Mast whispered, "If your fingers burn, then my heart burns too." After the wedding, Mer-Mast went to Mer-Niga and said, "Let us escape. But before we go, say goodbye to everything in the house." While she said farewell, he secretly killed his cousin, and they both fled with a few enchanted items: reeds, a needle, salt, and sea foam. As they fled, a magical object in the house, a 1-pound weight, alerted the aunt and her husband, both terrifying divs, about the escape. The divs gave chase, roaring across the land behind the couple. Each time they were close, the couple used an enchanted object. Mer-Mast threw the reeds. They turned into a thick forest. The divs crossed it. He threw the needle. It turned into a field of sharp needles. Still they followed. Then he threw the salt. It became a burning salt marsh. Finally, he threw the sea foam, and it grew into a vast, stormy sea. The divs reached the shore and shouted, "How did you cross?" Mer-Mast lied and said, "Just step on that rock." The divs fell for the trick. When they stepped onto the rock, it crumbled under their weight. They sank into the sea and drowned. The curse was broken. Mer-Mast and Mer-Niga returned home, safe and together at last. A grand wedding was held and they lived happily ever after.